Hello and welcome to my channel Green Line Goddess Tarot. This is your daily reading for the 2nd of August. Yeah, I just keep getting this white light, clear white light of clarity coming through. So it's like still moving on from the Aquarius full moon, seeing the fallout and the energy we're moving on from that. We have the Death card. So it feels like there is some kind of heralding of a big change that's coming here. This is Pluto, birth, death, rebirth. It's the release of the old, a visit to the underworld, and maybe some enlightening things coming through around that. Yes, speaking of which, enlightening things, the star, you're being guided out of this underworld into the higher consciousnesses. So, wow. And I do think this is the higher consciousness, the Aquarius energy. The star card is the higher octave of Aquarius, the major arcana of Aquarius, showing you exactly what's been happening there in that underworld and that Pluto-like energy of the Death card, illuminating but guiding you out of that a place that perhaps you are an energy that perhaps you don't need to be in anymore. It's guiding you towards the future. It feels like this beautiful, beautiful pull that's happening here. This feels a little bit more like the Aquarius full moon energy. So let's see what else is coming through. We have finally got, yes, this Knight of Pentacles. Again, this card coming out because this feels like there's a lot of things you can do tangibly. It's slow moving energy, but it's something that can affect you tangibly on this earth, even though it's this very high consciousness that's coming through. It's looking at the longer term results. So these two cards, the Death and the Star, is more what's happening up in the higher realms and in the underworld. It's kind of more of a soul, higher consciousness energy. And then little Knight of Pentacles comes along, and this is what's happening on the earth, the earthly realm. So yes, I feel like there are some amazing changes that we're bringing forward into the future here. And we have the Justice card and the Two of Cups. Okay, and this is going to have a major impact on relationships we're seeing here. And the Five of Swords. Okay, so I really feel like, with the Five of Swords coming in as well, and all this like relationship energy with the Libra energy of the Justice card. This is about contractual agreements with relationships. So the things that we agree to, our soulmate contracts with the people that are our important people in our lives. And they're also getting a lot of Akashic record stuff with all this energy here. The fact we've just got this high vibrational energy here with these two, this amazing knowledge and a higher understanding that's coming through about something on the earthly realm that they're moving forward. And so that's when the contractual agreements of the Justice card comes in. I feel like it's got a very Akashic tinge to it, which is a soul contract, something that you've come here to learn or that you've already learnt and you'll let go of, because this is very South Node Libra kind of energy here with the Justice and the Two of Cups. So it really might feel like you've found out so much enlightening energy or seen something around a relationship or a relationship dynamic or patterning that you are saying, I no longer need that, or there needs to be a big change, a shift and change. And so this in itself, the restructuring and the change and the feeling really guided towards the future, I'm getting with the Star card a lot of higher consciousness coming in around the age of Aquarius. So I just get this sense of we are being led by that energy into the future, and it is a very collective energy. So I think we're all going to be feeling this, but then we come down to the more personal stuff here, which is these last three cards. Okay, how does this affect us personally in terms of our place on this earth, where we see ourselves going, plus also the relationships that we have and we're carrying around at this moment in time. So yeah, it could be that you're working through a conflict with somebody, an interpersonal conflict of some sort. It may also be that these big changes you might foresee could create conflict at first as it's bringing the change in. But this Five of Swords is an interesting one because it is about when somebody has potentially acted in self-interest. It's very much the small mind, which is really interesting. The Five of Swords. This is something that, we can get caught up in our little day-to-day dramas. So-and-so did this and she did that to me, and all this sort of stuff. And they're being selfish. Oh, they're giving me the shits and all this. This is the kind of like our little mind getting, having conflict around other people and how they've acted and all this sort of stuff. And it feels like, there's been some kind of higher perspective that's come through with the Star card and the Death card that has shone a light on perhaps the way that somebody's been acting and the way that you've been thinking about that person that has this opportunity to rework in some way to understand that the contractual agreements around this, is there something you're letting go of or something that you want to hold on to that you can rework to make it better? And essentially there is this interesting blend of mix of energies of having to do what feels right for you, plus also considering the other person and finding the balance between that. So it feels like there's a lot in it. There's a lot that suddenly that's been enlightened and that we're seeing and that we're potentially connecting to. And it's just processing a lot, but so much to do with all of these things. But I'm happy to see the Star card come out because this was that higher vibrational energy that I was feeling, but it wasn't in yesterday's reading, which was kind of interesting. This feels more like the energy that I was feeling for the Aquarius full moon. So maybe, it's just this is part of the moving on from the energy is gaining the insight and the higher understanding and understanding what this Death card is: birth, death, rebirth, what's ending, what is birthing in your life, and being very strongly guided towards these new energies. So that is a lot for a daily reading for the 2nd of August. It feels like there is just the energies at the moment have got this higher potential for our soul's evolution, not only personally for us, but as a collective energy on the earth. And it just feels big. It really does feel big. And I feel like we've now entered the portal. We've stepped through the portal of the full moons that begin the month of August and end the month of August. And it very much is a sense of now we're in this interesting, intuitive portal we've just stepped through. So that's the reading for the 2nd of August. Thanks so much for joining me. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment. Love to read your comments. And as I mentioned, I have a more in-depth analysis of all this energy in the Patreon channel. I do it weekly. I put out a weekly report or weekly message that involves astrology and tarot. And usually, that involves either a full moon or a new moon every couple of weeks. So love it if you check out the Patreon community. The link for that is in the description box below, and please take care.